Assalamu Alaikum, peace be upon you. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Is Islam a terrorist religion? Is a question that is frequently asked, and we are going to discuss it more in this session. For today, we are going to provide an answer to this question. There is a significant misunderstanding with regard to this matter, which has resulted in a great deal of anxiety and confusion all over the world. However, you should not be concerned because we will investigate this matter by utilizing evidence from the Quran and Hadith to demonstrate what is actually taking place before our eyes. Where did the misunderstanding originate from? In connection with. Let us make an effort to comprehend the reasons behind the occurrence of this misunderstanding in the first place before we proceed to examine the evidence. One of the reasons for this is that there are extremists who engage in violent acts in the name of Islam, and some of them either misunderstand Islamic teachings or lie about them. Because these individuals are motivated to advance their own political or ideological objectives, they distort the message of Islam, which is that it is a religion that promotes peace, which causes people to dislike Islam as a whole. In addition, that the media frequently focuses on these extreme cases in order to make stories more interesting, which contributes to the misconception that Islam is in favor of terrorist acts. The Holy Quran provides support for this.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
وقاتلوا في سبيل الله الذين يقاتلونكم ولا تعتدوا إن الله لا يحب المعتدين.
Surah Al-Baqarah, 190. Fight in the way of Allah those who fight you but do not transgress. Indeed, Allah does not like transgressors.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم.
Surah Al-Baqarah, 256. There shall be no compulsion in, acceptance of, the religion. The right course has become clear from the wrong. So whoever disbelieves in Taghut and believes in Allah has grasped the most trustworthy handhold with no break in it. And Allah is hearing and knowing.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تأكلوا أموالكم بينكم بالباطل إلا أن تكون تجارة عن تراض منكم ولا تقتلوا أنفسكم إن الله كان بكم رحيما.
Surah An-Nisa 29. O you who have believed, do not consume one another's wealth unjustly but only, in lawful, business by mutual consent. And do not kill yourselves, or one another. Indeed, Allah is to you ever merciful.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين بالقسط شهداء لله ولو على أنفسكم أو الوالدين والأقربين إن يكن غنيا أو فقيرا فالله أولى بهما فلا تتبعوا الهوى أن تعدلوا وإن تلووا أو تعرضوا فإن الله كان بما تعملون خبيرا.
Surah An-Nisa, 135. O you who have believed, be persistently standing firm in justice, witnesses for Allah, even if it be against yourselves or parents and relatives. Whether one is rich or poor, Allah is more worthy of both. So follow not personal inclination, lest you not be just. And if you distort your testimony, or refuse to give it, then indeed Allah is ever, with what you do, acquainted.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين لله شهداء بالقسط ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون.
Surah Al-Ma'idah, 8. O you who have believed, be persistently standing firm for Allah, witnesses in justice, and do not let the hatred of a people prevent you from being just. Be just, that is nearer to righteousness. And fear Allah, indeed, Allah is acquainted with what you do.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
قل تعالوا أتل ما حرم ربكم عليكم ألا تشركوا به شيئا وبالوالدين إحسانا ولا تقتلوا أولادكم من إملاق نحن نرزقكم وإياهم ولا تقربوا الفواحش ما ظهر منها وما بطن ولا تقتلوا النفس التي حرم الله إلا بالحق ذلكم وصاكم به لعلكم تعقلون.
Surah Al-An'am, 151. Say, come, I will recite what your Lord has prohibited to you. He commands, that you not associate anything with him, and to parents, good treatment, and do not kill your children out of poverty, we will provide for you and them. And do not approach immoralities, what is apparent of them and what is concealed. And do not kill the soul which Allah has forbidden, to be killed, except by legal right. This has He instructed you that you may use reason.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين.
Surah An-Nisa, 125. Invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom and good instruction, and argue with them in a way that is best. Indeed, your Lord is most knowing of who has strayed from his way, and he is most knowing of who is rightly guided.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
وجزاء سيئة سيئة مثلها فمن عفا وأصلح فأجره على الله إنه لا يحب الظالمين.
Surah _Shura, 40. And the retribution for an evil act is an evil one like it, but whoever pardons and makes reconciliation, his reward is due from Allah. Indeed, He does not like wrongdoers.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
يا أيها الناس الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير.
Surah Al-Hujurat, 13. O mankind, indeed we have created you from male and female and made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is knowing and acquainted. This is the tip of the iceberg, and I will leave you a link to the Holy Quran translated into several languages, as well as links to videos of the Holy Quran translated into English. Evidence from Hadith. 1. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "A believer remains within the scope of his religion as long as he does not kill another person illegally." 2. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Do not kill the old, the infant, the child, or the woman." 3. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "None of you truly believes until he wishes for his brother what he wishes for himself." 4. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The strong person is not the one who overcomes others by his strength, but the one who controls himself while in anger." 5. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Do not be people without minds of your own, saying that if others treat you well you will treat them well, and that if they do wrong you will do wrong to them. Instead, accustom yourselves to do good if people do good and not to do wrong, even if they do evil." 6. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The best of people are those who are most beneficial to people." 7. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The believer who has the most perfect faith is the one whose character is the best, and the best among you are those who are best to their wives." 8. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "There is reward for kindness to every living thing." 9. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Allah is kind and likes kindness in all things." 10. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Shall I inform you of the best of morals and the best of your deeds in the sight of your sovereign, and the exalted rank which is better for you than spending gold and silver, and better than your encountering your enemies and striking their necks, and they strike your necks? Yes, indeed, it is to remember Allah." These hadiths about the Prophet Muhammad, may God bless him and grant him peace, are a simple summary of his teachings to humanity, and I will leave you a link to the most important books of hadith, which is Sahih al-Bukhari in English in the description box. In the religion of Islam, what does it mean to perform good deeds? Kindness, fairness, and peace are all values that are reflected in the Islamic religion. Everyone, regardless of their religious or cultural background, is encouraged to engage in acts of charity, generosity, and kindness. These are all acts that are worthy of praise. Muslims are instructed to conduct themselves in a manner that is respectful and dignified towards others, as well as to adhere to the principles of justice, fairness, and mercy in every aspect of their lives. According to this command, you should always do what it says. Kindly send me additional information, please. I have a strong desire for you to acquire a deeper understanding of the teachings of Islam by first reading more about them and then gathering information from reputable sources. I would appreciate it if you would not hesitate to ask any questions that you might have in the comments section below. My best effort will be made to respond to them.